Okay, this totally come across this trick on accident. I just wanted to share it with you guys for a hat tip of the day, but it was all on accident, and I found out about this. So I've used hat stiffeners before. I think they're useless. I think they don't do anything whatsoever to your hat at all. And you can steam it in and do whatever it in and brush it in and sunbathe it in, and it's a joke. And then I've used rubbing alcohol, which I swore was the best trick, and just like totally in a spritz bottle, submerge your whole felt hat that's lost its life in rubbing alcohol, and then as it comes back to dry in the sun, kind of take away the warps and stuff and make sure that it comes back to the shape you want, and you can kind of reshape it as it dries. But that's what I've always done for years, and what I thought was the best trick until this tragic accident happened on the way back from the Pro-Am. Morgan suggested that I put it just flat, nice in the shower, because she's assured that nothing bad could happen in there. And this entire bottle of lemongrass shampoo from Trader Joe's, and there's a phone book of ingredients on the back of it, but just all pretty big words and nothing about alcohol, soaked into this thing. And I looked at it and was like, wow, that's more expensive if everything else got wrecked. Awesome. And she was like crying and everything and thought it was just the end of the world. Well, I threw it up on the deal out of the way to forget about it and worry about it later. And when I came back to it, this thing was hard as a fucking rock. This is with a piece of wood that's a 1.5 inch thick piece of wood that was put in there when it was custom made, so it just stays to the size of my head. Look at that. Like, I'm helping it a little and cheating a little. I know, but that's still insane. Hard as a rock. So she went ahead and just made a little mixture of it and got the stuff that didn't get soaked in and cleaned it. And this thing was worn out. Like you can see, this is not from shampoo stains. This is where I'd sweat through and stained through or whatever. This hat was filthy. You've seen it before, and it was holding its shape and stuff. Like, it looked fine. It did not look this perfect, and it damn sure was not this hard. This is like a full reblocked hat. I can't believe it. I can't stress enough or do this video justice enough to show you how fucking hard and perfectly shaped this made my hat. Now, when it come back into dryness, I don't know how the fuck to word that. I've said that like 3 times in this video, and it sounds stupid every time it comes out of my mouth. But when it's drying, you do have to like take some warps out. And I'll give you this other trick too. Like, pretend this was flat on the table. The biggest hat shaping trick I've ever learned from anyone: when a hat's worn out and you got it steamed or wet, push right here with your finger and push that flat down, like where the crown comes into the brim. It'll start to warp right there. You push that down and make it as 90 as you can, and whatever shape hat you want, that will really help how this looks out here. But anyway, it's beside the point. I did have to help it some, and when I push it down for this particular shape, you end up with a dish, like a bowl, going all the way around even, and then when it's dry and hard, you snap it forward. But you can do this with any shape you want. I'm not trying to rattle on off subject, but this is like the greatest trick I've ever came across on the entire planet. Shout out to Samson Moss. Everyone's going to ask who made the hat. This is a custom made hat out of Alberta. Samson Moss with Prairie Winds Hat Works is incredible. He's got a system down to a science where you just mold your head with a piece of soft soldering iron, trace it on a paper and mail it to him, or scan it to him or whatever, and ship right to your door. This thing will be the most perfect thing you've ever put on your head. I think if you're going the custom hat route, which, how hard it is to find what you want in a store-bought hat anymore in the size you want for a decent price, it isn't even worth buying felts at the store anymore, in my opinion. So if you're going custom hat route, 1,000,000,000% Samson Moss is the greatest bang for your buck way to go. for custom felt hats. And he does not pay me to say that, I promise. He's my friend, but he don't pay me to say that. And I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it either. Excellent quality. This is only a 50X, and it's an amazing hat. This is on its 4th year of life. But like I said, I brought this thing back from the dead on accident with lemongrass moisturizing shampoo from Trader Joe's. I can't fucking believe it. I wanted everyone to know this trick.